Hello, let's talk a little bit about tips and ideas for a successful design assignment. So I'm going to give you a little bit of kind of a recipe for getting an A on your assignments, on your design assignments specifically. So you have, if you have taken DS 109, you should be a bit familiar with the design process. And I suggest you use that same design process when you approach your projects in class, which includes that you start working on the assignments early. Don't try to just jam it into one day or one sitting, going through the assignment and just kind of getting it through. For this assignment to be extraordinary and worthy of an A, you need to have time to kind of think about things and plan the design process. So break things up to give yourself time to digest information and think about your solutions and gather ideas. If you try to do all of that in one sitting, chances are that you're not going to have the best ideas right away. But if you know what the assignment is about, and you give yourself a little bit time to think and get impressions from other things, you don't even have to study while you do that. Just go about your daily life. You'll probably get some ideas floating into your head. And then when you sit down to do your assignment, you'll have a lot more to work with. So what I recommend that you do is, first of all, every week, read through that week's introduction, the discussion, the assignment, and the assessment. And then make some notes of what you are asked to do that week. Many times the discussion and the assignment and the assessment are tied together a little bit. So when you do research, you can kind of do research for all of the different things at once. So if you're in your classroom, and this is the typography class, but it should be similar for any classes, in your week overview, you'll find out you'll have a little bit of information right here. And then you can go straight to your discussion, read through the topic and the background and what you need to do for the discussion that week. Then go to the assignment. Check out what the assignment is going to be for that week. Just read through it. Don't have to start doing anything yet. And the same for the assessment. So that way you kind of know what it's about. You can write down a few little clues and keys along the way so that you can remember what it's about. Then when for the 100 level courses, you want to be sure that you watch the pre-recorded session for that week. Very likely that session is going to cover most of the information that you need, so that you don't really need to do a lot of other research, except for maybe sometimes. So, but that should be the beginning of your research, is those pre-recorded sessions. So going back to the classroom, there's two different places where you find those pre-recorded lectures in your 100 level design classes, and that is either in the live session section. So you'll have them listed at the beginning of each week, okay? Or you can also go to we'll go back here to the readings and videos, and they're listed there as well, along with the other media for that week. So here you go. Watch that, that pre-recorded lecture. When you do it, stop and take notes of any of the things that you need to help you do that week's work. So for example, if it's showing you a demonstration of using some specific tools, or it's talking about a topic that you need to cover in the discussion, or if it's telling you about some principles that the assessment is going to test you on, make a note. Even write down the little timestamp that's on the video. So let's say you're watching this video right here, and you're playing it. I'm going to mute it so that we don't get distracted by the sound. But let's say you're playing it, and then right here, there is some information in here that you figure, oh, this will be good for me to know when I'm working on one of the projects. Then pause it, and you can make a little note saying that it is at 1:01 in the lecture. Okay, so then if you are working on your lecture and you need to go back to it, remember where it was, you can just find that timestamp on the video, and you don't have to go through and watch the whole entire lecture again to find where it is. All right, so then you also want to read the instructions and the background and check out the benchmarks very carefully when you start on the assignment. And also, so for each one of your assignments, and I'm just kind of focusing on the assignment now, remember there is a background that gives you information that you need to, you know, for just kind of foundations of what you need to know. The instructions or the prompt are, you know, have guidelines for you, submission instructions, and then there should also be some benchmarks that will show you examples of what a successful assignment looks like. And that can be really helpful if for some reason when you're reading through this, it's kind of hard for you to picture what the instructor is looking for, okay? So check those out. Then you want to make sure that you also watch the recorded lecture because it usually has demonstrations and step-by-step instructions for all of your assignments. So those you will find, of course, in the live session section of the class. So right here, these are links to those videos. Many times your instructor will also list them in the announcements. So you'll have to scroll through and find that week's and, you know, that announcement, and your instructor will be posting them there as well. Then when you are watching any of those demonstrations from the live sessions, you want to watch it on a separate device. So a tablet or another computer, or even your phone if you need to, because then you can pause it along the way and kind of follow along on your laptop in the Adobe software. Now, if you feel like you still need some help and additional help on how to complete the things or come up with good ideas for your project, there is always the other media videos. So if we go back here to the readings and videos, you'll see down here, you'll usually have different articles, videos in the lynda.com playlist that will give you additional information and instruction that applies to that project that you're working on. Whoop. And then if you still need more help and those videos are not really helping you out, make sure that you check on the multi-sessions. Thursdays and Fridays, there's other multi-sessions earlier in the week that you can attend as well. But those multi-sessions are golden. You can just go to the Zoom link that's listed and get one-on-one help from an instructor in there. And each module, the multi-session schedule is posted in the announcements. One of the first announcements in the classroom right here, and this PDF You should save it. And you will see that it has all of the different multi-sessions. And you can go to the one for your course or any of these other ones as well. You can see how the schedule is right here. So you see that there's lots of different options. And feel free to just click on those links during those times. Remember, the times are in Mountain Time, so you have to convert it to where you are living, but any of these instructors will be glad to help you, as well as your class coach and the Student Success Center, who are available from early morning till late night, both Fridays and Saturdays, if you need help later in the week. And then, of course, try to submit your work by the deadline. If for some reason you're getting delayed, make sure you always let your instructor know. And many instructors are glad to give you a little bit of extra time if you had problems. So to break this down a little bit more, I know everybody works differently and has different schedules for everything that's going on in life. But this is what I suggest that you do, just to break it down a little bit so that you're not trying to do everything at once. And so by Tuesday, I would recommend that you've read through the background and the assignment specifications of all of your work, and watched any pre-recorded or theory lectures, and make notes of the things that you need to do. And if you are able to, either attend or watch the live session, depending on when that is. Then by Wednesday, if you didn't already attend or watch the live session, do that, and then supplement it with any other media that's covering the topics that you need. And then, whoops, there we go. And then contact your instructor if you have any questions or worries about it. And then do some research, including looking at examples or anything, or the benchmarks in the course, or anything that has been recommended in the live session. Then by Thursday, you can start to create your project, and then be careful to follow all the specifications and follow along with the demos like we talked about. And then you can also, if you get started on Thursday, you'll have a couple of days where you can connect with me in multi-sessions and get help if you need to. And then by Saturday, you can double check everything again, and also check on the rubric before you submit the assignment. So the rubric should always be listed in with your assignments. So let me go back here again, and we'll take a look at a sample assignment. Okay, if you scroll down, you will see the rubric right here. And this rubric will tell you what you're going to be graded on. And so you can go down here and kind of double check your work and make sure that you have included all of the different things that are specified in here. All right, so I hope that this will help you kind of focus your study time a little bit, concentrate, and make the most of the time that you are watching any pre-recorded lectures, any media, or the live session recordings. If you already know ahead of time what your assignments are, so that you know what to look for, it's going to save you time, and your study time is going to be a lot more effective, and the results will be better. So remember, here for our class in 113, I have one-on-one live help for you in our multi-sessions, Thursday from 5 to 7 Mountain Time, and Friday I will even start at 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. because I have my regular office hours in the morning on Fridays, and I'll be glad to help you during those times as well. So my other open office hours are Monday mornings, Tuesdays right after class, and also Wednesday mornings. So even though those are not part of our multi-session times, I will be in the Zoom room, same link as the classroom, and I'll be glad to help you during any of those times as well. And if none of those times work and you still need help, please let me know. Maybe we can work out a different time to meet in Zoom, or I'll just connect you with BJ and make sure that she will meet up with you in the Student Success Center. So never fear that you won't be able to get help. There's lots of support available for you. And so good luck with this week's work.